afternoon, and good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and CoffeeStream number 276. Holy moly, that's a lot of streams. Anyway, I hope everyone is having a good Tuesday. I am back. Logan still is home, but because of the ridiculous chaos that happened yesterday, Pincalo is here. So he is watching Mr. Logan. Yeah, we're going to have an interesting stream. I've got a couple more articles that I am that I'm gathering together, and then I'm going to share my screen. So, oops. Sorry, I'm just trying to get this all set up here. So myself and my ginormous bucket of coffee. Let me turn it around so you guys can see the. There you go. So that's my big bucket of coffee. And we are here to bring you the news. I've got, I think, 2 more stories to pull up here, and then I will share my screen. So I hope everyone's having a great day. Hope everyone's having a bit of a better start to their week than we are. If anybody is willing and able, please consider hitting up the Streamlabs link in the description. Let's see who's here. Hello, Lindsay. Greetings to you. Oh, Fury Kitten dropped by just before the stream started to say, what does Fury Kitten say? Pops in, does a little dance, eats the tastiest looking snack, and disappears with a pop. Hello, Fury Kitten. Hello there, Cryptic. Glad to have you around. Okay. That is all of the stories. So let's go back to the beginning over here. And go over here and get the screen shared. And share screen. Yes, please. Okay. So this first story is a bit... Oh, maybe I should actually hit the share button. Wow, Blind Press. Wow. Okay. So this first story comes to us from fairly close to where Pincalo and I live. Apparently, there was a social media post that was claiming that a kid was abducted. And apparently the police really don't know anything about it. I am feeling a little bit better, yeah. I still have a bit of a cough, but now Logan has it. So, yay. Hello, Rolling Bear. Glad to have you here. So, let's see here. Where is the headline? Oh, I just got a content information link. That means that's the bottom of the page. Grr. All right. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, here we go. So this says, police address social media post that claims the child was nearly abducted in Waterloo. Police have received calls and messages from concerned parents, but say they haven't been notified about any such incident. So does that mean someone's lying for attention? I almost pulled a Pincalo with my trailer just now. Don't do that, Duck Dog. Everybody's doing okay, Skep. We're hanging in there. Let's just say that. We're hanging in there. Yeah. So let's see here. That's the crest of the police. Okay, here we go.
Waterloo Regional Police are providing some clarity on a social media post that has been circulating. The post claims a man approached a 12-year-old girl at Moses Springer Arena in Waterloo following a hockey practice and tried to abduct her.
Okay. All right. Why would you go to social... First of all, why would you go to social media before the police? I didn't send you the updated article, says Pincalo, but there is now an investigation as of this morning. This happened back on the 4th of November, allegedly. So, okay. So there is an investigation going on. All right. I still want to know why you would go to social media before the police. I don't know. Let's read on.
We have received several messages about this from concerned parents, wondering if there's any validity to it. We have not received any reports about the incident as described in the post, said WRPS spokesperson Sheree Greeno.
Yeah, like why would you do that? Let's see. It was oops. It was a no-named repost. Oh, yeah, that's not shady. This is the second one this week. Okay.
Third party. The post also contains misinformation regarding the amount of human trafficking investigations in Waterloo region.
Interesting. That's highly specific. Okay.
FSK. We are involved in several human trafficking investigations, none of which include abductions or attempted abductions as described in the post, clarified Greeno.
Weird. That's just weird. Like, why would you get that specific? What? This sounds like this sounds like, honestly, maybe it's because I'm watching too much of that JCS channel, but this sounds like, if this is a valid thing, that this sounds like more like a predator, like going, hey, police, there's been like child abductions and you're not doing anything about it. What's going on, huh? Like that, like you guys aren't doing anything about these trafficking investigations. Like this sounds like this really sounds to me like a person inserting themselves into something that wasn't even on the radar. Like, my two scenarios are, this is a hoax, someone's trying to get attention, or there is a valid thing going on that's flown under the radar and there's some narcissistic like predator going, hey, why aren't you noticing? Hey, like those are my two things that come to mind immediately when I read about this.
Police are encouraging anyone with information regarding suspicious persons or suspicious incidents to call WRPS at 519-570-9777.
That's for any local people in the crowd. any Southwestern Ontario people. If that's the number you call, if you know anything, because I know there's a few people that watch that are in southwestern Ontario. So let's see here.
Link. Waterloo Regional Police. Link.
Oh, here's the tweet. Okay.
We have received several phone calls and messages concerning the post below. We can confirm we have not received any reports regarding this incident. We encourage anyone with information concerning a suspicious person to contact police at 519.
Okay.
Link. Image. View image on.
Oh, it's just a picture. Damn it.
Link. Like 80.
Damn it. I was hoping it was like a text thing of the post so that I could read it. Damn it. Let me see if I can,
Link.
if I scroll up a tiny bit, maybe you guys can see the picture. Because they're sharing, they have a screenshot of the post in question. I can't, unfortunately, I can't read it, but let's see. Does it carry on after that? No, it does not. Okay, so that is that story. Yeah, that's really weird. That's kind of shady to me. Either it's an attention-seeking person who wants the community's attention for some reason, or there's a predator running around who wants recognition. Those are the things that are sticking out for me. So this video, or this story, Fortnite maker is suing Montreal game tester for allegedly leaking an online map. Oops. So here's here is a screen grab. Yeah, here's a screen grab from Fortnite. I don't play Fortnite. I don't know any, like, I know lots of teenagers that play Fortnite. Like, my little brother likes Fortnite. I don't know why. But hey, to each their own, I guess, right? So let's read about this here.
A screen grab from the video. Montreal, the maker of the wildly popular game Fortnite, is suing a Montreal video game tester for allegedly leaking a new online map ahead of its release date.
Was he doing was he a live streamer as well, or was he just a tester? Because I know that for games like Mortal Kombat, there was a bunch of live streamers that were given permission to get beta versions of the game. I think there was a few that were allowed to stream some content. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if Fortnite is that open with their gamer or gaming community. I don't know if they have that kind of rapport. Sometimes sometimes video games will allow a stream of like beta testing stuff or upcoming, like if they've gotten I know a couple people were oops, I'm trying to find, I lost my watch page. That's not very helpful. There we go. Okay, so I know that before Nightwolf was released, about a week before he was released for Combat Pack, there were a couple of streamers that NetherRealm allowed to play like classic towers and stuff, and put that out on their channel. I don't know. I would highly doubt that Fortnite is that nice. So maybe this guy was testing something and threw up a live stream, and I don't know. Let's find out.
Epic Games International filed a statement of claim in Quebec Superior Court in late October against Lucas Johnston, alleging he was responsible for the publication of highly confidential information that amounted to a commercial secret.
Okay, that's not a good thing.
The court document claims Johnston, an employee of Keyword Studios in Montreal, took a screenshot of a new playing environment on August 30th, which later ended up on a Fortnite user forum more than a month before its scheduled October 15th release.
Okay, yeah, no, that's different. That is much different than, okay, yeah, that's a no-no. You should not be doing that, sir. That is a bad idea. And YouTube, why are you back on top chat? I want you on live chat, please. Stupid thing. Okay. That's better. So,
the allegations against Johnston, who could not be reached for comment, have not been tested in court.
Okay, well, that would be why they filed a statement of claim. So they will be tested in court. But if he did do that, then that is clearly an actionable thing. It's
according to the documents, Johnston admitted taking the screenshot and emailing it to himself, but said he didn't know how it ended up online.
Okay, yeah, no. I don't buy that for a second, dude.
The lawsuit claims the leak robbed the company of the element of surprise, tipped off its competitors to its strategy, and affected its reputation among its payers.
What? You didn't want to join the community of games that have leaks? Like there's I don't know any video game right now that hasn't had a leak. Soul Calibur has had them. I'm pretty sure Call of Duty has had them. I know Mortal Kombat has been fraught with leaks since Mortal Kombat 11 came out. This this is not a new thing. I don't think you would have had a bad reputation among your peers, Epic. I think you would have been like told, "Welcome to the club." like seriously. The warm-up piss started here. It's 14. 14, yeah, it's about, it's minus 10 Celsius right now here. So, yeah, it's about, well, I suck at converting Fahrenheit to Celsius, but it's minus 10 Celsius here. We got a pretty good amount of snow for our first storm yesterday. And it's still pretty interesting. We had more last night, too. It's still pretty hard to travel out there. I got a bit turned around taking Alex to school when I came back. I got a bit lost. It's really annoying. This is why I hate winter. I really do.
Advertisement.
Oh, is that all?
Link. Privacy
policy. It is, yes. That is the end of that quick little story. So, let's read about this guy who says he found a half-smoked joint in his sandwich. I don't know why you'd waste a half-smoked joint like that. 29 sounds nice. It does. It does sound nice. Yeah, I don't know why you'd waste a joint like that. That's just... Oh, God. That's terrible. That's a terrible pun. That is a terrible pun. So this guy's name is Merdlinger. His name is Merdlinger. And this thing says Merglinger's sandwich came with a dank surprise. What a stupid pun. Screw you, author of this article. I hate you. I bet someone is sad they lost a roach. Yeah, no kidding. I'd be sad, especially if it was half of a joint. That's yeah. Okay, let's read.
Merglinger. This wasn't the kind of roach you might expect at a fast food joint.
You don't expect any roach at a fast food joint. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, gotta watch my language. I made it. Let's see. 12:21. I made it 21 minutes without swearing. It's a new record for Blind Press. Okay.
Alphabet City resident Jeremy Merdinger was appalled when half a doobie fell out of his Popeye's chicken sandwich last week, and he's crying foul, saying the chicken chain hasn't even apologized for the funky-smelling sandwich invader.
Really? Really? You gotta write like that? That's why you use a pipe, says Rolling Bear, or a one-hitter. And that's why you don't smoke when you're prepping food. Just saying.
I was shocked at first, Merdinger, 23, tells the Post of the foreign object in his food. These are things you see on social media a couple of times a year, and for it to happen to me, I was shocked and disgusted.
Okay, dude. You're 23 years old. You are not disgusted that a joint fell out of your food. I mean, if it was half smoked, I would be like, yeah, there's ash in my food. I want a new sandwich. But to say that you were shocked and appalled, you know why I'd be shocked and appalled? I'd be like, why would you ruin the weed? You put it. It's soggy now. It's got like sauce all over it. What, you idiot? Why are you smoking back there? That's what is shocked and appalled. What are you, 50? Oh no, there's a joint in my food. Who put the devil's lettuce in my food? Oh.
Merdinger went to the West 14th Street location November 4th and picked up a spicy and irregular chicken sandwich to enjoy back at his apartment. The much-hyped sandwich first landed on Popeye's menus in August, attracting hangry mobs desperate for the fried delicacy. The company had to take it off the menu soon after because it wasn't able to meet demand. However, the sandwich link came back in force earlier this month, bringing with it all kinds of mayhem, from a link fatal stabbing to a link red car.
I still don't think it's the sandwich's fault that people, crashed and stabbed each other. I don't. If I got a joint in my sandwich, I'd be like, sweet, free high. Yeah, exactly. I'd be more like annoyed because it would probably be covered in whatever sauce Popeyes uses. I'd be like, no, I can't smoke this or even unroll it and get the weed out. Like, why? What, you dumbass? And that's what I'd do. Like, I would go back with my receipt and my sandwich and the joint, and I'd be like, who's the dum-dum that was smoking while prepping? Because now this weed's all covered in food and you can't use it. You idiot. I want a new sandwich without a joint in it. And whoever had that joint, give me a fresh one. Anyway.
Period. Merdinger's experience started off relatively calm. I ate the spicy one first, and it was fine, says Merdinger. But as he dug into the second one, he suddenly lost his appetite. I was taking my last couple of bites from the second sandwich when it fell out and into my lap, says Merdinger, adding that he could have choked on the used joint or gotten sick from eating it. Your current...
Why, are you allergic to marijuana? Because that's the only way you can get sick, from ingesting it. You're supposed to smoke it, then eat the sandwich. Yeah. It's still -6 here, says Pincalo. Oh, it's not -10 anymore? Back in the good old days, we just found dead mice in our food. Oh, my goodness.
It was 100% marijuana. I saved the evidence. It's in a plastic bag at home.
Why wouldn't you bring it with you to the frickin' restaurant?
Disgusted, Merdinger emailed the restaurant that night, including his receipt and a picture of the roach, but they never answered him. He also sent the post a copy of the email.
Why wouldn't you go back to the... Oh, my God. Okay, if you're that disgusted, dude, why would you just email them? Why wouldn't you take the receipt back and the freaking thing and say, this is what came in this is what I found in my sandwich? You're just going to sit it on your ass at home and email and hope that somebody finds your email buried in the thousands that they get? Is that, like, really? That's stupid and ridiculously lazy. Or actual cockroaches is functional. Yeah.
Heading level 4. See also.
So that's the end of that story, I think. Let me just pop through the links here. Oh, no, there's a couple more lines here.
A spokesperson for Popeyes tells the Post they are still investigating the claim. We have high standards for the quality of our ingredients and the preparation of our food. We take all feedback about our meals seriously and quickly take action to make sure all of our guests have a good experience. At first, Merdinger didn't want to blast his grievance on social media. Merdinger's boss at HYPR, an influencer marketing firm, enlisted help from his friend and link sports business reporter Darren Rovell, who brought the issue to Popeye's corporate bigwigs.
Okay.
I didn't want to turn this into a viral thing. I was hoping we could get this resolved quietly. It is a safety issue, his boss, Ryan Berger, tells the Post.
Wait, okay, so you didn't want this to be a viral thing, but your first thing that you did the night it happened was to email Popeyes and the Post. Let's see. Check my screen sharing. Okay. Do I seriously have to stop sharing and reshare every freaking article? That will be really annoying. I wonder if now that OBS updated, we shouldn't try again. Anyway, let's carry on here.
They were told that Popeyes had investigated it but had no official response or apology. That's when he decided to take his disgust to Twitter.
Okay, but you've already emailed the newspaper. So, nope. Nope what? It's not showing? What the fuck? Okay. Not my entire screen, thank you. There. That better fucking... It says I'm sharing. I don't get it. Let's see. It's probably faked by the customer. Well, see, like, and how do you get that disgusted over a joint? Like, it's not... It really... You're 23 years old and you're that affected by weed? Like, I'm doing everything that I normally do. What, like... It's not me, dude. What do you mean you give up? I don't... I'm not entirely sure, but you... Okay. Let's see here. So I wonder if that means this whole time, for like every stream that I've been doing, that I haven't been screen sharing. That would make me very annoyed. Okay. So this... I'm gonna save the one article Pincalo sent me for a little bit later. Let's see. So Neil Young is trying to get U.S. citizenship. I don't know why. Oh wait, yes I do. He's a sellout. That's why. Screw you, Neil Young. Anyway, where is... God damn, why is this... Where is the story? Put me at the bottom of the page again. That's what it is. Okay. Come on. There we go. So Neil Young wants to become a U.S. citizen, apparently. And the U.S. is delaying his citizenship, I guess, because of the his marijuana stuff. So it says Neil Young says U.S. citizenship delayed over marijuana. No shit. It's still illegal federally, you dum-dum. I have successfully screen shared many times. Oh, good. I wonder why it's being stupid today. Just to piss me off, probably. Okay. Cynical Lindsay says they should have told Neil to keep searching for a heart of gold. Yeah. Yeah. They really should have. Okay. So he wants to be a dual citizen. I don't think the U.S. allows that anymore, do they? Didn't they change their law? Didn't they change their citizenship law recently that says you must revoke your citizenship if you want to become a U.S. citizenship, or if you want to become a U.S. citizen? I could have sworn very recently in the last few years that was... let's see. I could be wrong. Anybody know? If you were born into mixed citizenship, you have to, let's see. Alex Trebek has dual citizenship. He may have been grandfathered, though. Now I'm curious. Can you hold dual citizenship in the U.S.? Oops, I misspelled citizenship. Well done, Blind Press. Let's see. Oh, fuck that. I just want an answer, god damn it. No, fuck that. I'm not looking that up. Travel.gov. I'm not going to travel.gov. You have to choose at age 18. Okay, yeah. I'm guessing Shatner has dual citizenship. I think he does, yep. We do not recognize dual citizenship in adults. Okay. Yeah, so Neil, I don't know what you're planning, but okay, let's read.
Canadian-born rock star Neil Young has said his application for U.S. citizenship has been delayed partly because he smokes marijuana.
It could be because it's federally illegal still. However, they could also be trying to figure out a way to tell you you can only be Canadian or American. You can't be both. If children choose another country, they forfeit their right to U.S. citizenship. Okay, got it. Gotcha.
Young says he passed the citizenship test but was told he had to take another to prove moral character.
Oh, fuck. That's sad but funny. We have enough hippies here already, says Esther Yeah, that's true.
In April, the U.S. government clarified that using marijuana and other drugs was a bar to establishing good moral character for naturalization.
I don't agree with that. Maybe if he lives with a cinnamon girl, he'll get citizenship quicker. Or a southern man. Maybe if he shacks up with a southern man.
Young, who turns 74 this week, has lived in the U.S. since the mid-1960s.
Okay.
Link. In a post on his website, Young described passing the citizenship test after a conversation where I was asked many questions that he answered truthfully. I want to be a dual citizen and vote, he said. Recently, however, I have been told I must do another test due to my use of marijuana.
I don't agree that use of marijuana should be a statement of your character. Just like I don't believe that if you drink alcohol, you should be, I guarantee you if they, if you just said I only drink, that they wouldn't say you had bad moral character. I think that's a little antiquated, but I don't think that Neil should have the right to be a citizen of both countries. Too bad Canada didn't take a stand against dual citizenship. I agree. Let Neil Young be a citizen of the Atlantic Ocean. Good one, Scap. Oh, Shatner did not get his American citizenship. You know that Now, that doesn't surprise me, honestly. That really doesn't surprise me.
On April 19th, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security link issued a policy alert clarifying that violation of federal controlled substance law, including for marijuana, remains a conditional bar to establishing good moral character for naturalization, even where that conduct would not be an offense under state law.
Well, perhaps you should get your federal stuff fixed there, America, because a lot of states are making pot legal, so you might want to fix that. Let's see. How could you do that to the Atlantic, says Rolling Bear.
California, where young lives legalized cannabis for recreational use in 2018. List 2 items. Link. Blacks. Link. End of link. I sincerely hope I have exhibited good moral character and will be able to vote my conscience on Donald J. Trump and his fellow American candidates, he said in his post. President Donald Trump has used Young's 1989 hit Rockin' in the Free World at campaign events, though Young has been critical of the president. In 2014, Mr. Trump called Young one of his favorite musicians. Instagram post by real Donald Trump.
And that must have made Neil very upset. Oh, poor Neil. Poor Neil.
But Young has said on his website that the president does not have his permission to play the song.
What are you going to do? Sue him for copyright? Guess what, Neil? Sometimes people that you don't like your music. I just deal with it, dude. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you.
Image caption Young. See Neil Young at a concert in 1982. Image Getty image cap Young. End of image end of legally. He has the right to. However, it goes against my wishes. Young. Link wrote last year.
Okay, so legally he has the right to play the song, but it goes against my wishes. Neil Young doesn't take himself too seriously or anything. LOL, says Skeptalk. No kidding. Oh my goodness.
Adding that he had asked Mr. Trump to stop using his music after it was used in his candidacy announcement.
Yeah, you know what? Something tells me that Trump is the kind of person where if somebody comes up to him and goes, excuse me, but can you please stop using that? Because I really don't like it. That would make Trump go, yeah, I'm going to use it more now.
However, he chose not to listen to my request, just as he chooses not to listen to the many American voices who ask him to stop his constant lies.
Neil, go away. Just go away.
List 3 items. And of other artists have also spoken out against Mr. Trump's use of their music through license loopholes, including Aerosmith's Steven Tyler, Rihanna, and Axl Rose of Guns N' Roses.
Okay. Author of the article. He is your president. He is President Trump.
Twitter post by Axl Rose, Region.
Oh, look, a Twitter post from Axl Rose. Oh, boy.
Link. Just so ya know, GNR, like a lot of artists opposed to the unauthorized use of their music at political events, has formally requested our music not be used at Trump rallies or Trump-associated events. Your link.
Wow. And for fuck's sakes, Neil, shut the fuck up. No kidding. Maybe if he changed his name. Neil, what is it? Maybe if he changed his name. Oh, God, I'm old. Axel Elite World Bros. Yep.
Link. End of Twitter post by @. End of Twitter presentation. Link. Skip Twitter post.
Oh, and here's the one by Steven.
Not for much longer. Me nor my people would ever be at or around one of those tragic rallies. So thanks for the heads up, Philip. Link. HTTPS. Link. Philip Rucker verified account checkmark. At Philip Rucker, it's been said a million times, but here's 1,000,001. Trump's rallies are unlike anything else in politics. Currently, Rihanna's Don't Stop the Music.
Oh, it's Rihanna's Twitter post, not Steven Tyler's.
Twitter presentation of cutting level 2. Related to.
So everyone's mad that Trump is playing their music when they have no reason to be angry because there's no law that says he can't. So, shh. So we're going to take a look. This is an article from last year, but this book, you know what I'm going to do to see, because I want you guys to see this article. Give me a minute. I'm going to try refreshing Chrome. And how's the liver, Axel? Yeah, no kidding. Axel's looking a little beefy. Yeah. Happens. It happens. I'm going to quickly try and refresh Chrome, and then I'm going to come back and see if I can share the screen. So give me 10 seconds, guys. There we go. I'm back. Hi. Okay. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. Okay. So, Little Women is a group, or is a book that I grew up reading. I did make it back successfully. Hooray! So this book I grew up reading. I had it in audiobook in abridged format when I was little, and then I got it in Braille, the whole book in Braille. It worked! Yay! Okay. So, next time I need to, if anything like that happens again, the solution is refresh Chrome. Okay. Got it. So this article is it's from last year, but when I read it, it just pissed me off to no end. And it's still valid because of all of the feminist claptrap that's going on here. I really just wanted to talk about this because it's really a book that's close to my heart. And honestly is probably a book that a lot of third wave feminists should read. Just saying. So apparently last year BBC redid Little Women in a mini series. So that's what this article is speaking about here. And we're just going to take a gander at this ridiculousness, shall we? So let's see here.
Early in the recent BBC/PBS miniseries Little Women, the first significant adaptation of Louisa May Alcott's novel in 24 years, Laurie, played by Jonah Hauer-King, tells Jemiah Hawk, the first March sister he falls in love with, how much he enjoys watching her family from his nearby window. It always looks so idyllic. When I look down and see you through the parlor window in the evenings, he said. It's like the window is a frame and you're all part of a perfect picture.
That's not at all the quote from the book, but okay, sure.
You must cherish your illusions if they make you happy, Joe replies.
That is not at all. What? Oh my God. I am so glad that I am not watching this miniseries, because holy crap, that is not what is said. Like, at all. He talks about, okay, Laurie in the book talks about how his mother died, his father died, he lives with his grandfather. He loves to look down on, their mom and them as they're all together being a family, because he doesn't have a mother. And Joe says, I give you leave to look as long as you like. She doesn't say anything about illusions or anything like that. And she even says, why don't you, instead of looking, why don't you come down and see us? That's what she says in the book. None of this, you must hold on to your illusions if they make you happy. That is not at all the message Louisa May Alcott had in her book at all. It was very much, your imagination is good, but you must use your imagination to solve real world issues, and you must be rooted in reality, because reality is a bitch, and being happy when reality is kicking you in the teeth is a good way of trying to get through it, but reality is going to kick you in the teeth. That was Little Women's message. And this, holy crap. Hello, Mr. Goatman. Oh, Goatman, you're laughing at Nightbot. Yes.
The scene nods to an awkward truth. Link, Little Women, is the window tableau, and we, its readers, are Laurie, peering in and savoring its sham perfection, or at any rate its virtuous uplift. During the 150 years since the novel's publication, fans have worshipped Olga's story of the four March sisters and their indomitable mother, Marmee, who navigate genteel poverty with valiant acceptance and who strive, always, to be better. Detractors, notably fewer in number, have generally fastened on some version of that saga of gritty goodness too, irritated rather than awed.
Wait, sham perfection? Genteel poverty? So because they were able to hang on to some of the things that they had when they were rich, like the heirlooms and stuff that they were able to hold on to, because they still have rich relations, that's genteel poverty. The sham perfect? There was a lot of stuff in that story that was not perfect. Like, oh, I don't know, the fact that the father had to go to the Civil War and be a chaplain, or I don't know, that their mother had to work in the Soldiers' Aid mission to keep food on the table, that the two older sisters at 16 and 15 were already working full-time jobs and not in school anymore, because they had to keep money in the family. The fact that the third sister, on top of homeschooling herself, by the way, kept the house clean with their one servant who stayed on for free because they actually ended up having a rapport. Like, Hannah didn't make money. Hannah was not a slave. Okay? What the fuck are you talking about?
But Alcott herself took a more skeptical view of her enterprise. She was reluctant to try her hand at a book for girls, a kind of writing she described later in life as moral pap for the young. Working on it meant exploring the minds and desires of youthful females, a dismal prospect. Never liked girls or knew many, she wrote in her diary, except my sisters. While writing Little Women, Alcott gave the fictional Marches the same nickname she used for her own tribe, the pathetic family, by the final chapter of Link, Joe's Boys. The second of two novels that followed Little Women, Alcott didn't try to hide her fatigue with her characters, and with her readers' insatiable curiosity about them. In a blunt, although real intrusion, She declared that she was tempted to conclude with an earthquake that would engulf Joe's school and its environs so deeply in the bowels of the earth that no archaeologist could ever find a vestige of it.
So you're an author who wrote a book that exploded and you just... Let's see. The string illusion occurs 5 times in Little Women. I just checked. Let's see. I just checked each occurrence. The line about cherishing illusions does not exist. No, it doesn't. Hi, Zombie Teddy. I just looked on Project Gutenberg. It's a good website.
The Lie of Little Women is a multifaceted one. The book, a treasured American classic and peerless coming-of-age story for girls, is loosely inspired by Alcott's own biography. Like Jo, she was the second of 4 sisters who grew up in Massachusetts under the watchful eye of an intelligent and forceful mother. Unlike Jo's early years, in which her father is absent because, after losing the family fortune, he is serving as a chaplain in the Civil War, Alcott's childhood was blighted by the failure of her religious fanatic father, Bronson Alcott, to provide for his family. Stark deprivation, rather than the patchy poverty of the book, was a daily reality.
So because Little Women is not an autobiography, it's a lie. So I guess authors can't write fiction loosely based on their lives anymore. That it either must be complete fantasy or an autobiography. There is no middle ground whatsoever. You must only write a Tolkien-esque novel where there is a completely new world, or you must write an autobiography or nonfiction. That's what it has to be. No loosely based fiction for you.
The 4 sisters, frequently cared for by friends and relatives, were itinerant and often obliged to live apart. Alcott's sister Lizzie contracted scarlet fever while visiting a poor family nearby. Mother's Beth is the novel, but Lizzie's death at 22, unlike Beth's around the same age, followed a protracted, painful decline that some modern biographers attribute to anxiety or anorexia. And while Jo was mandated by convention, and Alcott's publisher, to pick marriage and children over artistic greatness, Alcott chose the opposite, relishing her newfound wealth and her success as a literary spinster.
So what? Again, how is this a lie? This is... And Jo didn't settle. Like, there is no... Like, when you read that book, there is no settling for Jo. Okay? It's not like she settled for some boring accountant person who would not understand her passion for writing or her passion for, just being carefree. She married a freaking, basically a literature professor who loves opera, loves kids, loves literature, loves everything intellectual the way Jo does. Jo did kick ass. Jo was amazing. Like, when I was growing up, I identified with Jo. Like, the temper, the drive to do stuff but never getting it done, the clumsiness, the fact that before she can stop her mouth from saying stupid shit, she just says stupid shit. I am Jo. Like, seriously. Ugh. And to say that this story is just for girls, like, there's a lot that boys could learn from reading Little Women, about how to be good partners, really. Like, and women, like, the message that it has for women is, you stand by your family, you stand by your man, but if he does something wrong, you don't take it. Like, there's even times when the mother in the book is, you know, when Meg gets married and is having issues, like her mom's like, dude, you're in the wrong. You're ignoring your husband. You're not letting him help you with the kids. It is not just your job to raise those kids. He helped make them. You let him help you. You, of course, you're worn out. You won't let him help you. That is something a real mother would say. This is, to me, this is third wave feminists reading this book and going, and reading about Louisa May Alcott's life and going, well, that's not how she lived, and how dare she, you know, write these hate facts that women, you know, should take responsibility for their actions and their words and their behavior. Like, Jo is every woman, really. Yeah, she is. She really is.
For the first 80 or so years after Little Women was published, conflict scarcely arose over how to interpret it. Readers adored the book and its two sequels without probing for Alcott's own feelings about them. Curious though her fans were about her life, not until 1950 did a comprehensive biography appear. Madeleine Beeston dug into her subject's fraught family history, and outed the grande dame of girls lit as the author, under a pen name, of sensationalist stories about murder and opium addiction. Then, from the 1970s onward, feminist critics began examining Little Women from a new perspective, alert to the inherent discord between text and subtext, as the literary scholar Judith Fichterly argued in Link, her 1979 essay. Little Women, Alcott's Civil War. The novel is about navigating adolescence to become a graceful little woman, but the story itself pushes back against that frame. The character who continually resists conforming to traditional expectations of demure femininity and domesticity, Jo, is the true heroine, and the character who unfailingly acquiesces, Beth, dies shortly after reaching adulthood.
Yeah. That's not a feminist. Wow. That's wow. So because the character of Jo has this idea about feminism or about femininity, and that it's like, because the thing about Jo is that she learns that being a woman does not just mean dresses and bows and fashion and like she learns this. All of them do. All of them do. Even Beth before she dies. And they just like this. Isn't this book getting another movie reboot or remake this year? It got a BBC CBS mini series last year. I don't know if they're making another full movie. The movie that I watched, that I grew up with, was the one that had Kirsten Dunst, Winona Ryder, Claire Danes. That movie. I think Christian Bale was Laurie. This is. Oh no, they are doing a full movie. Ugh. Blech.
The blossoming of feminist criticism finally gave Little Women the thoughtful, rigorous analysis it deserved, exploring the internal tug-of-war between the novel's progressive instincts and the era's prevailing constraints revealed a book that was far from pap, and yet Little Women continues to be sidelined in the American canon. Its reputation as fictional fare for and about girls and women prevents it, even now, from achieving the status of, say, Huckleberry Finn. Many male readers feel, as G.K. Chesterton put it, like an intruder in the club of girls. At the same time, the domestic setting and sermonizing that Alcott herself can strike contemporary female readers as bland and restrictive. The book's popularity shows signs of waning among younger audience, but the fascination with Little Women endures among writers and filmmakers, as the current surge of adaptations attests. Inspired by the challenge of bridging the gap between Alcott's life and Alcott's writing, efforts to renew and expand its power help illuminate complexities in a novel whose literary stature is ripe for reevaluation.
No, it's not. Oh my god. Okay. So because it's not true to Alcott's life, because it's loosely based on her life, and because and okay, if a guy is reading Little Women and he feels like an intruder, he's not reading it with analytical freaking goggles on. He's reading it with these, oh, this is a girl's book. That's what he's doing. That if a man is reading Little Women and feeling like an intruder in a girls' club, that's because he picked up that book and went, Little Women, this is a girl's book. That's why. That is the only reason why. Because there are plenty of guys that read that book and go, that was a good book. Because it has a message for both men and women. It has a message for women that you need to be a strong person who carries on and takes care of herself and her family, because if she can't take care of herself and respect herself, then she can't do anything for anybody else. And it has a message for a man that you need to treat your woman and your family like a gift. And you need to continue to earn that gift and cherish that gift. And it's the same thing for women that read that book. Cherish the gift of a good man and a good family. But if you're a vapid, like there's even secondary characters in that book, the Moffats, that it even keeps saying that Meg finds that her friend Sally Moffat is often really lonely, and sad despite her riches and despite the fact that her husband has a good job, because she doesn't have kids, she doesn't have responsibilities, she doesn't have anything to do but wander around her giant mansion all day and try on her clothes. And Meg even says, when I was a teenager, that would have been really fun for me, but Sally just seems so lonely now, and I often have her out to the house to play with the babies. And this is no, Little Men was not as good a book, but treat wife as a gift, is the gift returnable? Hey, you know what? Sometimes wives ask if husbands are returnable too, so it's fine.
Star. The wealth of adaptations of Little Women over the past century is proof of its durability, and also its malleability. As Anne Boyd Rao writes in Meg, Jo, Beth, Amy, the story of Little Women and Why It Still Matters. Stage and screen versions of the novel have reflected the eras they were made in. Early ones offered morally and socially wholesome entertainment in the presumed spirit of the original text. During the Great Depression, when audiences were consoled by the idea of simpler times, theatrical performances of Little Women were popular across America. By 1949, when Mervyn LeRoy directed the fourth film adaptation, this one with an all-star cast, Janet Leigh as Meg, June Allison as Jo, Marguerite O'Brien as Beth, and Elizabeth Taylor as Amy, consumerism had become a patriotic duty, so the movie's writers invented a new scene in which the March sisters go on a Christmas spending spree with money from Aunt March.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen.
Direct image.
So that's basically this. I just wanted to cover this story, and because it really bothered me when I read this when I read this story last night. This book really meant a lot to me when I was a kid. So this article really pissed me off. I was a returned wife. Never again, says Mandy G. Ugh. So this story Pincalo sent me. Inside the world of guide dog dropouts, which is a thing, by the way. There are guide dogs that don't that they don't graduate, or they do graduate.
I'm going to give you a little bit of a trigger warning.
Okay.
This one will set you off.
Uh-oh.
It's more of a vlog, but yeah. By the way, how does everyone like the new setup?
Yeah, do you guys like the way Pincalo did everything? Pincalo set everything up for me on Sunday, put my Ash figures up, all that fun stuff. Green Badger Outdoors. Hello. So, so it says in this highly competitive training, paw perfection is demanded and not every student can make it to graduation. Here's what happens to the still very good boys who need a sudden career change.
Hey, I'll tell you something though.
What?
I'm just listening to it on the live page right now.
Huh?
It's less echoey than it was before.
I know, yeah. Looks good, says Skep Talk. Awesome. My PTSD service dog is retired and has become lazy as fuck, and I think has an online gambling problem now. That's funny. They get sent to the glue factory. Oh God. No, they do actually find a lot of dogs that can't cut the guiding process. Some of them do make it to graduation and actually get paired, and then some of them have like a certain anxiety about certain things. Like there was a woman I followed for a while who was out of Boston, and one of her dogs had a thing about escalators. And it was so bad that she actually had to be given a different career as a therapy dog. And the lady had to go back and get rematched with a different dog. Some have trouble with bus travel. Some get really anxious around like pet dogs or other dogs in like public situations. So it's, sometimes dogs just don't make the guide. No, they go to the horse food factory. All right, here we go.
When I meet Eddie, a yellow Labrador, at a friend's family barbecue in Detroit, it's clear he isn't like other dogs. He knows how to sit, stay and walk, on or off leash, but his best trick is being able to read a room. Whether his role is to greet a guest, play with children or rest his head on my lap as we drink beers by the bonfire, Eddie always does the right thing. All the while, he's never a nerd about his intrinsic obedience. Dude, what's your dog's deal? I eventually asked Delia Bryan, Eddie's owner and a family friend.
Okay.
He's a guide dog school reject, she tells me. You are currently on a text up.
Wow. Okay.
Brian's family has raised guide dogs ever since she was a kid. When her sister begged her parents for a puppy and they countered with the idea of raising a guide puppy every year, Brian's mother, who ran a home-based daycare and had volunteered for a guide school before having a family, thought it would be a great way to teach her children the responsibility of having a dog, and how to say goodbye to one without it dying. Brian remembers sobbing though many car rides to send off dogs named Jude, Anthony and Kenny to pursue their careers. Most were named after Catholic saints or dead relatives.
That's a little morbid, but okay. you don't want to teach your children about death, a natural part of life? All right then. Sounds a little chicken shit to me, but okay. Okay. I mean, yeah, it does teach kids the responsibility of a dog. But yeah, that's a little okay.
Eddie figure. Eddie.
So I guess this is a picture of Eddie.
Eddie, like many guide dogs, Eddie, now 6, was born into the system through a breeding program at Blink, Leader Dogs for the Blind.
That's out of New York, I believe.
In Blink, Rochester, Michigan.
Oh, Michigan.
Okay. While dog owners can attempt to independently train their own service animals, most are bred by guide schools that identify breeds large enough to pull people out of traffic yet small enough to ride public transportation, labs and retrievers mostly, with the occasional German Shepherd or Boxer.
A boxer? I would never want a boxer guide dog. Fuck that. Holy crap. How do you get a boxer not to be hyper? How do you train that out of a boxer? But that I would not put my life in the paws of a boxer. No. No, no, no. If somebody said, here are your options. You can use a cane, or we'll give you this boxer as a guide dog. I'll be like, yeah, you know what? I want a guide dog, but I'll just keep using the cane. Thank you very much. I've never heard of a boxer being good as a service animal, says Mandy G. Me neither. How do you train the inbred retardation out of a boxer? I don't know. I do not know. Boxers are naturally nutty dogs. They are. Boxers are jolly dogs, but responsibility, no, says Skeptalk. Yeah, no. That is not the animal you want responsible for keeping you out of the path of a car. That's just...
For the first 7 weeks, dogs live at school and are carefully socialized by professional trainers who introduce them to street sounds, other animals, and people with funny hats. They're also given the run of a sensory playroom full of stairs, mirrors, and new surfaces to explore. From there, the puppies are sent to live with volunteers for a year, where they learn basic obedience. Finally, they return to the school for 4 months of intensive training. Working with trainers, they learn how to lead people from point A to point B, to stop at curbs, stairs, and obstacles like tree limbs, and to detect any change in elevation. Dogs live on campus with dog roommates, go on field trips to New York City to ride the subway. Some schools even link, go to the theater, link, go to the theater, and attend picnics to get acquainted with their new teachers and classmates. It's more or less dog college.
Yeah, basically.
Throughout, however, they can be bullied for health problems, lack of confidence, distractibility, not walking or going to the bathroom on particular surfaces, having an underbite, barking at bearded men, being too high maintenance, and much, much more.
This is true. The riggers.
Did it just say barking at bearded men?
It did.
Did it just say
it
that?
Did. There are some dogs that have this weird thing about genders. And if there's a guide dog that can't handle being around like men, or can't handle being around women, or don't sugarcoat it, BP. How do you really feel as about boxers for guide dogs? Says Green Badger. Let's see.
Eddie made it through all of his training for his 2nd birthday and even attended a graduation ceremony. It was there, though, that things went to shit. More specifically, racquetballs did him in. He no longer wanted to graduate as much as he wanted to wag his tail, play fetch, and disrupt a very serious ceremony. The balls were put away, but his concentration was broken beyond repair. After the ceremony, the Bryans were told Eddie wouldn't be continuing his work.
Well, first of all, why would you have those? Why would you have a distraction? Like, is that like a final test or something? Here, let's have a giant thing of distractions at the graduation ceremony. And if a dog gets distracted, no graduation for him. Like,
to me, this sounded like entrapment, not to mention unfair, since it took only 1 strike for Eddie to strike out. That's how they find out how serious the dog really is, explains Brian. It's like those tough job interviews where they take you out drinking to see how you lacked. You were current.
That's... What the... What? So, this is... Oh my god, okay.
Less than 5% of dogs are helped out for service dog work, and many wash out during training.
Like I said, I only skimmed the article.
A certified dog trainer and pet expert with...
Like I said, I only skimmed the article. That's why I said you're going to pop.
This is... That's not... Yeah, do dogs understand non-binary? No, I don't think so.
Link, rover.com. Ellis estimates that guide dog students who are trained by their owners instead of schools have about a 20 to 30% success rate, whereas dogs who are trained through institutions have a success rate of around 50%. The attrition rate is higher than most colleges and companies because people's lives depend on these dogs making the right decisions. So they aren't
Yeah.
exactly set up for failure, but many of them will due to the nature of the work.
Yeah.
We don't say the F word. We prefer resigned, career changed, or perhaps withdrawn, says Rob Clark,
The F word? Grow up.
owner of Maddie, a black lab, who was withdrawn from training after being used to breed other guide dogs. By the time she was done having puppies and training to be a guide dog, Maddie was almost 3 years old and set in her ways. She was too used to me and not confident in her trainer, Clark explains.
Ah.
Maddie figure.
And that's what Maddie
We don't-
looks like.
Maddie, end of Matt. Clark's sensitivity to language isn't unique. Brian notes the shift in semantics from reject to career change over the years. That said, she's sure to add, I don't think Eddie really cares about the nuance.
No.
The political correctness comes from a place of respect toward people who depend on guide dogs, as well as the amount of work and resources devoted to raising and training them, which can cost up to link $60,000 per dog.
Yeah, that's why when I hear people saying, I want to train my own guide dog, I'm sitting there going, no, you don't. No, you don't. Failure dog.
When dogs are released, school administrators tend to give volunteers like Brian first dibs on adoption because they have such a strong bond. When their dogs don't make it through, it's bittersweet because they spent a year loving and raising the dog for a bigger purpose, says Michelle Barlack, a PR specialist at Link, The Seeing Eye. Still, she continues, if they don't make it as a guide dog, maybe they can do another type of service they're better suited for because of their high aptitude and willingness to work.
Yep, that's true. There are several guide dogs who fail out of guide dog training that become autism service dogs, therapy dogs, diabetes dogs, all sorts of things.
Case in point, Lauren Burke has a career-changed dog named Ricky, a 6-year-old yellow lab who is trained to detect her diabetes through smell when Burke's blood sugar changes more than 10%. Ricky was released in the final phase of guide dog training for Link. Early alert. Case in point, Lauren Burke has a career-changed dog named Ricky, a 6-year-old yellow lab who is trained to detect her diabetes through smell when Burke's blood sugar changes more than 10%. Ricky was released in the final phase of guide dog training for having hackles, or a shark fin-like fur on the ridge of her back that sticks up and can be seen as a sign of aggression. A lot of the dogs. Link. Early Alert Canines. A group that trains medical alert assistance dogs for insulin-dependent diabetics such as herself, gets from Link. Guide Dogs for the Blind.
Which was the school that I was looking at doing work with. But they're out of New York, and they do have someone who comes to Canada. I just wasn't ready for a dog, I don't think. And I think next time when I do apply, I'm going to try the CNIB school because it's right. It's very close and it's local. So,
are dropped for seemingly silly reasons, explains Burke, who now works for Link. Early Alert as a development manager, because for her, she says, Ricky is a perfect dog.
Yeah.
Rookie figure.
And that's what Rookie looks like. That's the yellow lab.
Rookie Burke's colleague, Jason Guthrie, has an alert dog named Eli, a 12-year-old yellow lab who was originally born into a guide dog program. Despite making it through all the training, he was released for an underbite. I personally think it's the most charming thing about him, but guide dogs have to be perfect, apparently, says Guthrie, who is the president of Early Alert's board of directors. Eli figure.
And here's Eli. Service dogs are awesome. Everybody, like, I think this is a little tongue-in-cheek. I think some of the reasons are stupid. But I think some of the reasons are also necessary. Let's see here.
Eli and of Lori Burnson, a media and community liaison for Link. Guide Dogs of America, explains that although being released for an underbite seems extreme, it's likely because the dog may be more prone to dental issues and, therefore, require more maintenance in the future.
Yep.
It's not because of how an underbite looks, at the possibility that it might need surgery one day. Burnson says, it's just too many sick days.
Yes, and the thing is, on top of that, a lot of schools help with vet costs, so they don't want to be giving a dog to somebody who they are going to have to be reimbursing a vet for many trips to the vet, or if things get really bad, the dog is taken back to the school where the school's vets are, and that also costs money. So they don't want to have a dog that will end up costing extra money to maintain and keep working. You don't want a pug as a service dog, says Lindsay. No. All dogs and cats greater than humans. The worst thing about having a service dog are the people in the world who feel entitled to pet or distract the shit out of them. Yes. That's the one thing I worry about is a lot of people, they figure, oh, you're blind, you can't tell I'm petting your dog. Yeah, I can, because the dog gets distracted and stops working.
Similar exclusions exist for high-maintenance breeds. Although poodles are capable of being good guide dogs, they're typically only used for individuals with severe allergies because they need a lot of grooming. However, when Trina Ross adopted the Golden Doodle Libby, short for Lady Liberty, in 2013, who was described as flunking out, LOL, of a service dog academy and in it online, Libby's hair wasn't the only high-maintenance thing about her. The training is hard on dogs, and I think the ones that don't make it through have issues from that. At least mine did, Ross explains. She describes Libby as overtrained and neurotic for the first 2 years she had her. Libby figure.
Overtrained and neurotic. Okay.
Libby also suffered severe separation anxiety that made it hard for Ross to go anywhere. Later, she learned that Noel's Dogs for Hope, the organization that had trained Libby, had been shut down. Your current allegations leveled against it included using harsh methods such as a training stick, unsanitary boarding conditions, and even a bait-and-switch incident. One family was promised a chocolate lab named Thor, who was euthanized and replaced with another dog.
The fuck? This is why you always go through reputable places, people. It's natural for me to want to pet the dog, but I can't remember if I've ever pet a guide dog. Yeah, well, that's why they have that sign on the vest that says "Don't pet me." For people who want to pet the dog, and it's natural to want to pet the dog, but that's why they have that colored vest and the sign. There's really no excuse.
Ross found out as well that Libby was abruptly moved from one puppy raiser in Colorado Springs to another in Nebraska after a volunteer got sick. She suspects this move contributed to Libby's anxiety, which has improved over the past years. One aspect of her training, though, has stuck. Libby doesn't know how to play. I don't think she ever will, because she didn't get that as a puppy. Ross says, I feel bad for her because she doesn't know how to act like a dog.
And that's not all guide dog training, though. That's that particular school. So that's basically, this is the so this is basically what happens to dogs who drop out. And what we're gonna do now to finish off the show is we're gonna look at a Sciencey article. So Mercury did a rare kind of transition over the sun, or passes across the sun's face in a rare 5-hour transition. So I thought this would be cool to finish off the show with, because we always do science. I've never seen a vest like that. Then any guide dog that you've seen is not, because any school, any school, whether it be Canadian or American, I think even the UK schools have specific harnesses that they contract with certain harness makers They are not all the same color. Each school has a different colored harness, but every guide dog has a harness that it is quite literally like a bit of a vest but it's like it's a specific harness that you strap over the stomach and chest, and it's got a handle, and then you hold the leash as well as the harness, and it's very identifiable. Very, very his vest only has so much space. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, that's why the harnesses are like you, and it's really annoying because there are stupid little scammy places now where you can get harnesses that look real for your pets, and that's when you get these stupid idiots that bring their pets into stores and on planes and go, "This is my emotional support animal." What did the planet transition into? That's a good question. That's a very good question. So I think this video is the video of Mercury. Let's see. Watch above. Mercury travels across sun in transit. So yeah, we've got let's see here. So this is what Mercury was doing. I don't know if there's an ad up or if you can. So let's see. Let's read the article. Let's see here.
Mini link. Mercury skipped across the vast, glaring Stargate skipped across the vast, glaring face of the sun Monday in a rare celestial transit.
Cool.
Stargazers used solar-filtered binoculars and telescopes to spot Mercury, a tiny black dot, as it passed directly between Earth and the sun on Monday.
Oh, that's cool. I wonder, that must have been hard to see because of from the glare of the sun.
Planet Mercury is seen as a small silhouette, center left, as it travels across the face of the sun, near capital Nicosia, Cyprus, Monday, November 11th, 2019. AP photo /
Okay, so this
Planet
is
Mercury.
this is the photo of the transit that they've captured. It's like it said, it's silhouetted center left.
Planet End of Planet. The Eastern U.S. and Canada got the whole 5-1/2 hour show, weather permitting, along with Central and South America. The rest of the world, except for Asia and Australia, got just a sampling.
Cool. That's actually pretty awesome. It's too bad that where we were there was so much snow, we probably wouldn't have seen anything. I want to be a transplanted and transition into Uranus. Well done, Mr. Goatman. Well done.
Story continues. Third-party ad content link. How to Mercury is the solar system's smallest, innermost planet. The next transit isn't until 2032, and North America won't get another shot until 2049.
Oh wow! So that's pretty. That is a rare transit to get a picture of. That's pretty awesome. That is so cool.
The still image from video issued by NASA's Solar Dynamics Observatory shows Mercury as it passes between Earth and the sun on Monday, November.
Okay, so here we have the still photo from the Solar Dynamics Observatory.
This still in Maryland. Clouds prevented NASA solar astrophysicist Alex Young from getting a clear peek. Live coverage was provided by observatories including NASA's orbiting Solar Dynamics Observatory.
Okay.
CU_transit_.
And here's another picture we've got here.
See image 4. Searching from M-. Searching for Merc. It's a bummer, but the whole event was still great. Young wrote in an email, both getting to see it from space and sharing it with people all over the country and world.
Yeah, like that's the cool part about all the social media that we have now. On top of the amazing capacity of our telescopes is that we can now take pictures of the things that we've seen through the telescopes and share them at just like that. And it is a lot more encompassing and including and educational. It's really awesome. This stuff gets me so excited.
At Cape Canaveral, space buffs got a 2-for-1. As Mercury's silhouette graced the morning sun, SpaceX launched 60 small satellites for global internet service, part of the company's growing Starlink constellation in orbit.
That's kind of cool.
Story continues.
So they got a launch and transit. That's awesome.
Third-party copy link.
And that's the end of that story, my friends. And that brings us to the end of the stream, believe it or not. I hope everybody enjoyed themselves today, and I thank you all for watching. Please consider coming back tomorrow for Wednesdays with Skep. That's going to be at 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, as it always is. And I hope everybody has a great rest of their Tuesday. Come back tomorrow for some conversation and some news. And we will see you all later. Thank you very much for watching.